The following Best of Central Florida program is sponsored in part by these fine sponsors.
Welcome to the Best of Central Florida, joined as always by my beautiful co-host, Makaila Nichols. How are you today?
Good.
It's almost Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day, Mom. It's all the moms.
Happy Mother's Day to my mother as well. Today's show is all about parents, in fact.
Yes.
What do we do with our parents? Ready to do it?
Yes.
Best of Central Florida continues. Justin here with the beautiful Makaila. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
There's been a major shift happening in the air conditioning industry, and Old Ash, together with Duquesne, is leading the way.
Committed to the future, Old Ash introduces a new generation of systems that use R454B refrigerant, an innovative alternative that reduces global warming potential by 78% compared to the R410A.
This change is perfect opportunity for anyone looking to replace an old unit or install a new air conditioning system. Old Ash wants you to understand what these changes mean so you can make the best decisions for you, your home, and your family. With a simplified product lineup, compatibility with both R410A and R454B equipment, and available refrigerant detection system kits, the transition is smooth and efficient.
Old Ash technicians are fully trained and certified in these new procedures, ensuring a professional installation that meets the latest industry standards. And most importantly, you'll have peace of mind knowing that their team is with you every step of the way.
With Duquesne and Old Ash, every unit installed is a step towards cleaner air and a more sustainable future. Stay informed, stay cool. Trust Duquesne.
Give them a call today to learn more about these changes and how they could affect your AC unit, and let their trusted service providers guide you through it. Old Ash, educating ourselves to educate you.
The Best of Central Florida is sponsored in part by these fine sponsors.
Welcome back to the show. This is a special segment for us, mostly because of you. When I've seen how you treat our neighbors and things like that, you really are sort of a caretaker, and I've always admired that about you. But
Not legally one, but I feel like I'm like the neighborhood.
yet, you don't get paid for
But there's professionals for
that. Exactly. But we're at a very, very special place today that truly are the caretakers, joined by Sarah and Chris. Thanks for joining us. What is a special organization? Tell me about AROSA.
Thank you. So AROSA is a integrated care management organization. So what that means is that we offer a suite of services to our clients and to the community at large. What is included in that suite of services? It's traditional home care, caregiving support. So that's providing activities of daily living for those directly in the home. Those are things like bathing, grooming, transportation, companion care, making a nice meal. We also offer private nursing services. So we have an RN who could do more skilled services that could come into the home. And then we have what really sets us apart, and that's our care management services. That's our bread and butter. We are a stress ball for families in need, and we can help them navigate anything that comes across in the aging journey.
How does the combination of care management and caregiving really kind of set you guys apart?
Yeah, so it allows us to be proactive instead of reactive, right? Because we're already in there with the families. We already get to have a true understanding of what's going on. It's more about just, hey, this is what's going on with mom and dad. This is what their problems are. We really get to know them from a holistic level, get to know the type of person they are, what caregiver can be most appropriate for them if it got to that point. And it just allows us to have, true oversight. And it's
The wonderful thing about having a care manager in the home is they're able to identify very early on, before it's a desperate situation, when it's time to get some help. And that's where it could really make a difference between going to the hospital or getting in front of things ahead of time. And so that you're able to give the quality of care before things start going down.
How do I know it's time to bring AROSA in?
That's a great question, because a lot of times people call us after mom or dad fall or after they go to the hospital. It's listening for signs, seeing that mom or dad are acting a little bit different. It could be little things by repeating themselves consistently. Their gait is off. They, and a lot of times they'll ask for it. They'll say, hey, something's not right here. And I think a lot of sons and daughters just say, hey, it's okay, mom and dad, we got you. We've seen how strong you are. We know you could get through this. And then, calling AROSA, we could step in and say, hey, this is our expert opinion. This is what the next step should be.
Some other signs can be if they're missing their medications, or if you go for a visit and the home is unkept or their hygiene is not happening at home. Those are some signs early on that you can start noticing it might be time to give us a call.
How do you support the family? Because I can only imagine how difficult that is. I mean, to be like, hey, we need help. How do you kind of hold our hand throughout the process?
I think it's 100% personal. We really do get involved. We go to the home, we advocate, we'll go to hospitals, rehabs, we communicate with all the family members. So it really is a personal experience from start to finish.
Family members, one of the first lines they say to us is, I'm just so stressed out right now. And one of the first things we'll say to them is, we're here for you. We're going to hold your hand through this experience. We're going to take on, and we're going to be that stress reliever for you.
What does our footprint look like here in Central Florida?
We actually can help the entire area of Orange County, Seminole County. We just opened up a new location in Brevard. We're very excited about it. We also have clients down in Osceola.
Wow. Pretty much everywhere in Central Florida.
Yeah.
Well,
really making an impact to this.
You certainly are. Now, choosing a place to take your dog for grooming, that's certainly a tough decision even for people. But now we're talking about your parents, your parents, the people who have raised us all this time. Why choose AROSA for that very certainly an important decision?
So I think that we truly understand and value that for these family members and for these potential clients, they're going through the most difficult challenge of their lives. And we understand that, and we don't underestimate how challenging that is. I think that as soon as they meet us and they speak with us and our team, they get that sense too that we're taking a real family approach to this. And it's a way we also act on a day-to-day basis with our team members. They treat each other that same way. So I think that's reflective when we go out and meet with these families.
And it's never a one-size-fits-all approach. It's always we really dig into the root causes and what the needs are and create a care plan specifically for each person.
Yeah, awesome. Keep up the great work. Sarah, Chris, pleasure to have you on the show today and that amazing work that you're doing. And look, these guys are going to treat your family just like it's their family here at AROSA. Now you're going on the road.
I am going to.
What are you doing?
I'm going to go meet care manager Christian and Miss Ava.
Let's do it as Best of Central Florida continues.
The Best of Central Florida is sponsored in part by these fine sponsors.
This episode means so much to me because as we get older, let's be honest, we're not thinking all, what's gonna happen? What am I gonna do? And who's gonna take care of my mom, my dad, my family? Well, I have an amazing conversation. I cannot wait to talk about it with my friends from AROSA and Miss Eva. I cannot wait to speak with them because not only are they're like best friends, and you're gonna see in a minute why that is, but Kristen, I have to know, what is your role like as a care manager? What does that even mean? Because I think a lot of us don't know what a care manager is.
We work with elderly as an advocate. I always say, in a sense, a hired daughter. A lot of times I have clients, their families are out of the area, and I step in as their advocate at doctor's offices, when they go to the hospital, speaking with staff, slowing doctors down, and just really establishing a plan for them that they need according to what they need. Everybody needs different things at different times and build off of it.
Wow, and it's so true, especially if, your child lives in another state or you can't be there, you really step in. How did you get connected with AROSA?
I worked at Advent Health for over 20 years as a care manager, and they actually reached out to me. And I took the leap and haven't looked back since.
Wow. So how has your relationship grown? Because not only are you just a care manager, you guys are friends. I came through the door, you're literally laughing, smiling, talking about she was your first client. Tell me a little bit about that.
So I was cut loose. I'd been training for a few months, and my supervisor said, "Are you ready to go? This case, they need you right away." It was right by my house. I said, "Yeah, I'll just stop by on my way home," and stopped in, and you didn't even know I was your first one.
No.
How's she doing? Is she doing okay?
Terrific.
And I knew from that minute that this is what I wanted to do, and I found a good one.
What a beautiful thing, because, it's so important who cares for our parents, for our friend. How has your relationship with Kristen really changed your life?
Well, I know there's someone I can count on. Since my family's not in town now, I was wondering whether I could stay here by myself in old age, because that's what's come around. And the fact that I know I can call somebody and she's going to be right there, just like family, makes you feel good.
How do you guys really build that relationship? Because obviously you have, different care managers, like different people you work with. How does that relationship go? Is it kind of like, a first date? You guys always get along? How does that really work?
I usually go in, a lot of, clients are hesitant. The family's hired me and they're like, we don't need help. So just going in and establishing the trust and getting to know them in a sense. And I always tell family, give me a few times. They may not accept me, but I've managed to not have anyone completely push me away. Yeah. So they usually seem to start liking me after a while.
I mean, you're hard not to like.
Really, when she first came, I said, I really don't need her. I told my son, he's the one who found her. Wow. And why would I need her? But as time has gone by, I know I need her very much.
And so your relationship has really gone from more, care manager, but now it's a friendship. How do you two rely on each other and really kind of keep each other in check?
Well, I know she's there, and that's what I need. That's the most important thing, because things happen all of a sudden. And
life happens
you're
fast.
Just not prepared. Well, you like you can fall and you need a phone number to call when you don't want to call the ambulance. Yeah. And that's what happens.
And I started out with her husband was the main reason why I was hired. He had Alzheimer's. So really she wasn't a concern until I started seeing her declining because of her caring for her husband. So that's when I kind of had to step in more and be more forceful as far as you need time for yourself, you need extra help and stuff like that, because I could see her declining too.
Kristen, what does it mean to you to be part of someone's journey in life as involved as you are now?
I get very attached and I love my clients very much.
And I really count on her, just like family, really.
You're gonna make me cry. I think it's such a beautiful thing, and I think the trust and the relationship is so important because, when you trust someone with your family, you need to make sure it's a right fit. And you guys over at AROSA really go above and beyond to not only, be the care manager, but be the friend. I'm sure you guys have had a lot of laughs together. Tell me about a fun memory you two have.
Gee. Well, we had a great lunch.
Yes,
okay.
We went to lunch and shopped, and then I've taken her to Pickles for lunch.
Yeah. And I did my real thing, not find anything when I shop. I'm a tough shopper.
Yeah. But it was really fun. It was just, it was us being, it wasn't on a professional level. It was having fun.
It was really very personal.
And I think that's what it's about. And I really think that's what makes AROSA so different. It goes beyond that just, hey, I'm here to be your care manager. I'm here to be, that stand-in daughter. I'm here to be part of your life and just be there for you. And it really, the two of you just embody everything in that. So thank you for allowing me into your house. But one more question, why does the AROSA model, why is it different from some of the other care managers?
I think because we offer more than just care management. If I see that she's needing someone to do her med box, I have a nurse I can call to come in and do it. We've brought on massage therapists. We have caregivers if she's had a few surgeries where she needed a caregiver after surgery beyond what I could do for her. So someone helping her for a few hours a day. So I think we have the whole package where we don't have to try and find another company that can step in immediately when I know this is what she's going to need. We need it done like now.
Well,
so.
we did that when my husband was declining,
Yep.
and I needed 4 hours away because I'm there. I was there 24 hours a day,
Yep.
and you do need a little time away. And we were able to place somebody who was very satisfactory.
Awesome. Well, thank you. You are a guardian angel. Everyone at AROSA really is a guardian angel. Miss Eva, thank you for allowing me into your lovely, lovely home. Do yourself a favor. If you're, wondering what that care manager is, call AROSA today. Ask them questions because they want to answer those questions. They want to become part of the family. We'll be right back after this short break.
The Best of Central Florida is sponsored in part by these fine sponsors.
Welcome back to the show. So excited. I had no earthly idea how awesome this place
Oh my gosh, this is like so much more than just a nursery. It's not just a nursery, it's so much more.
We're out here in Bunnell at Green Heritage Nursery. I am blown away, really.
Oh my gosh, me too. I feel like I could definitely spend hours here.
I totally agree. Joined by Steven and Steve. Guys, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Great.
How in the world did all of this come together?
Well, it took me about 9 months to develop and put together. Had fun with it, designed and built it with my boss.
The design itself, like there's so many tiny little details between the chair hanging like up above
Yeah,
and
with the
some of
stack
the
horn.
water, like it's so impressive and so
It
ingenious.
was meant to be an experience,
Yeah.
so we didn't want
Yeah.
to build just a black tarp nursery. We wanted it to be a true experience for people to come and enjoy.
Yeah, it is definitely not just a nursery. It is
No.
a full-blown experience. A lot of events happen here as well.
Oh yes, definitely. We have one coming up on May 10th. It's going to be a mother and me, where we put together a little planter with flowers and whatnot with your son and your daughter for Mother's Day. And we also have Ladies' Night coming up. Should be May 14th.
Ladies'
and
night.
Yeah, once a month we do that. Wine and sales and hors d'oeuvres and always having fun out here.
And succulents.
Oh yeah, lots of succulents.
There's so many
bromeliads.
succulents. I kill succulents, spoiler alert, for
Yes.
people at home, which is pretty hard to do. So if you're like me, you gotta go and get a succulent.
And this is for adults and kids alike. This is
Yes,
not just an
both.
adult playground. Kids love it here as well.
Yeah, there's a whole kids section where they play in the sand, play checkers or chess, or they just have fun constantly over here.
And we're dog friendly as
Yeah,
well.
yes,
Stella's
yes,
here, by the
Stella,
way.
our dog, is here. She's hanging out. There's some really friendly roosters. They're all buddies.
They are. I love the gift shop as well. We're talking about full-blown local vendors who
Yes.
are selling amazing products.
Yeah, they're local artisans from here. They make their own products. They're hardworking. They're mothers of 3 and 4. They're out here. We're doing Saturday markets once a month now. So, and the local artisans are actually here so they can explain their products. So it's well done.
Local supporting local. That's what it's about. I mean, I was so impressed when I went in the gift store. I literally was like, okay, I need this and I need this, and I mean, plants over here. So talking about plants, there's so many plants to be had here, but there's different sections. I mean, there's the shade section, there's the sun section. How does this all come to be, and like, where do I find my particular plant?
All right, so when you walk in, there's the annuals and perennials, and then I have a section for the butterflies and hummingbirds. I also have the ground cover section, the landscape staples, landscape specialties, a huge edible section, and then the shade section where you can find also house plants, and then the shade bromeliad, so it's specific to the plant as to the area to find it.
Yeah. And speaking of edible, people come here just to hang out. They come and have lunch. They
Ice
even,
cream.
there's a book section where you can go grab a book and read a book while you're here.
Take a book, leave a book, bring your lunch, have a soda, we've got ice cream. We do it all.
You got to talk about this truck a little bit. 1948, I believe.
1948
Ford
F1.
I didn't even know that was a thing, honestly.
Yes, we feature one where we like to put our plants in the back and show you what it could look like and be beautiful. There's also like a hay bale maker, there's a silo shooter, There's
A corn shucker.
a corn shucker, of course. Yeah, so yeah, we have fun with it out here.
A lot of families love to come here, obviously, but it's really a family within itself. You guys seem like family to me.
Absolutely.
Yes, definitely.
And we have a scavenger hunt for the kids, so
Oh,
that the
yeah,
kids
yeah.
can go around
Can
on
I
a
play
scavenger
if
hunt.
I
She would
want?
like that.
Absolutely.
I am a big kid.
Yeah.
And we always treat you with a piece of candy at the end.
Right, I always eat a
Gotcha.
piece of candy.
And also the ice cream for the kids. I mean,
Right.
Oh,
the,
of
the
course.
kids must love having the ice cream after
It
that.
can get warm out here, and you got to kind of silently say it to the parents, like, hey, there's some ice cream. So they're like, hey, I want some ice cream.
So it is not just a nursery, it's a destination. But this is the kind of place where you don't have to live in Bunnell to come here. I mean, I think anyone in Central Florida should take a trip.
It's
Bunnell's
such
kind
an
of
easy
centrally
trip. It
located,
is.
and
And it's easy to get to.
Yeah.
It's all highways here.
absolutely.
Yeah.
It's so fast. Yeah, I know. We got here in like just in the jiff of time.
It was very, very fast.
Yeah, from downtown Bunnell, it's about 7 minutes, headed west on 100, 22 Bimini Lane.
It's towards Palatka.
Towards Palatka, yep.
Yeah. And the Coke machine over there.
Of course, the glass
The glass
Coca-Cola.
bottles. It's really a trip
It's so
back in
vintage.
time.
I mean, it is. I mean,
And it's
between
the real
trucks,
sugar. It's not the
Yeah,
it's not fake stuff.
No,
Sugar cane.
it's not that new
it's-
stuff they put in there these
It's
days.
so amazing. I'm so impressed by everything. I mean, just walking around, you feel like you're almost just in a little paradise with all the plants. It's like, it's peaceful.
Sure do. And the events are obviously awesome that you've already had. A lot of events coming up in the future as well. Maybe someone wants to have some type of event here.
We have actually Florida College is having a plant night where Steven's going to be speaking on butterfly plants and succulents. So that's coming
So
up
you
as
can
well.
learn and get a plant.
Yeah,
so it's kind of a
absolutely.
win-win.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, keep up the great work, man. I was truly blown away. I don't
Yeah.
often say that when we visit someone new, but as soon as we walked in, I felt transported to really a whole different time. But it's just an amazing place as well. We'll definitely be back here.
Oh, for sure. I'm hanging
she'll
out
be
here
buying a
way
bunch
too much.
before we
Yeah.
be here.
Oh, yeah.
Steven,
Shopping
great
time.
to meet
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you so much. for
Pleasure
having
meeting
me.
you guys.
You got it. No matter where you are in Central Florida, you have got to come check out Green Heritage Nursery. You will not miss it. We brought Stella.
We did.
Bring the kids. The
Bring
kids
the whole
zone is
family.
awesome. Bring the family and spend some time here. You will not be disappointed. Stick around. Best of Central Florida continues. Wonderful show, and again,
was.
happy Mother's Day to you, to my dog mother,
Yes.
and happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Our guests today
Oh my
were
gosh.
absolutely amazing, doing
sure
wonderful work, had a great time, great job. Thank you to our amazing crew, Steve, the Employee of the Month, most importantly, thank you. See you again next week for more Best of Central Florida.
The preceding Best of Central Florida program was sponsored in part by these fine sponsors.